That's a word I need to learn when I serve myself food at the buffet. Proportions. I don't know why I have this much confidence. I'm up here in a tank top. There's nothing for me to be confident about. I'm literally, I don't have a hairdo. I'm just doing. If I should be in the woods now. I should not be in a fucking city setting around society. I have no confidence. I tell the person we need to welcome. April 8th. Are you ready, Mike? Uh, Possibly the rapture. The confidence. I'm I have no I have confidence, but I don't even know why. It's not even based off of my achievements. I have no achievements. I've fucking failed at everything, but I keep my head up and I force a smile because I read like 8 years ago if you force a smile about 8 to 10 minutes, it will chemically make you feel happy. So one nut. What's his name? Yeah, it's like those type of bikers. Lance. So that type of person is telling me I'm not fat and I'm not skinny, and he's wearing the skin tight gear and he's riding one of those half electrical bikes. You know, that's fucking offensive, but I have to sit there and be like, yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for your fucking advice. Bro, I'm in 7-Eleven and I'm getting life advice from the cashier. What does that say about my life? I feel like I'm doing good, but society is not reacting that way. They're like, a guy from fucking Bangladesh is telling me to hang in there. I'm insecure about that. I play Xbox a lot, and I thought this guy was chewing me out because he's like, you need to get your shit together. I could already tell you're fucking up, and I'm impacted by this, and I'm sitting there rethinking my life. Ends up he's talking to his son while he's on the microphone, just checking his son, and I'm affected by his life lesson to his son. I don't know how to grow up, man. I'm a Toys R Us kid who has a sex addiction. I can't get a job that's going to be realistic ever in my life, bro. I don't have a fucking capability to get a job. I don't even know what a resume is. I don't know how to put a resume together. I've asked cousins to do it for me. And my last job interview went horrible because I was telling them all the illegal things I did because I thought it would impress them. There's like illegal things you could do that characterize good work ethic, you know? sales, distribution, customer service. I ran a poker room for 2 years underground in Bakersfield, and that should count for something at fucking Macy's. I've never applied at Macy's. I would never do that. I would fucking rather do fentanyl than work at Macy's. Literally, like, where do you work, sir? Are you a professional of anything? It's either Macy's or a fucking Pokemon Go fucking engineer. I try to get that was an extensive door shut. Extra clicks. I took a shit here about a week ago because I'm constipated. The most excitement I had in my month was someone trying to open the door while I was in there. I don't know how to like say I'm in here because I'm just shy, I guess, but I just started barking like a dog. I'm doing the smiling thing right now. I'm forcing it. This is a fake smile, by the way. You could tell that's a genuine smile. You got genuine smiles here. That's genuine, I could see. Patricio's a little fake right there. But I can't tell with that fucking gangster mustache. How many people have you killed, buddy? 0. You look like a FedEx driver or a cartel fucking leader. I can't tell. You do, man. There's nothing free in this world. Except fucking ebooks. You could download almost any book online for free. I have like 15 different ebooks. I've read like 8 pages of each book. I'm never going to finish them. 3 of them are like relationship advice. 2 of them are about the subconscious. I've read 3 Powers of Law out of, it's like 48 Powers of Law. You guys know that book? It's fucking, you've read it. I know you've read it, you diabolical freak. What's your favorite law? You got to have enemies. That's one law. Because friends are not going to tell you like truthful shit. They're not going to tell you your breath stinks. But an enemy will. That's like a weak enemy, though. He's like attacking you about your breath. Mia Mars is from the Middle East. I wanted to talk to her about it because that's where my family descends from. She's Egyptian. And she's talking about how we're basically inbred. Like, my parents are so Middle Eastern, they're cousins. So they always want me to get married too. And they always offered me cousins. They came here from Jordan, and they're like, why don't you get married like Tuesday? Because they could really make that happen. I've had cousins that married cousins in like a week span. And they've lived happily, you know, like I've considered it, but I'm raised in California, bro. Like the things I'm excited about and pursuing are far off from my fucking parents. I want to hang out with Run DMC. They want to hang out with pistachio farmers. That's what gets them exciting. Fuck, I fucked up that line, man. Hold on. That's what gets them excited. It's agriculture. Imagine this was all written word for word, this whole set. My mom's been hinting that my older brothers have a bigger dick than I do. She's bathed us all. My aunts have bathed us all. They know what I'm packing, and it's embarrassing sometimes. They understand why I'm not married, bro. I'm a girth monster, you know? I don't have big dick energy. Big dick energy. I'm illiterate. I'm losing it. Fat dick energy. It's weird, bro. I fit in a fucking Magnum. And it's not impressive. I've told girls I'm black from the waist down, but not because of my cock size. Only because I'm overweight and my inner thighs have been rubbing together for 20 years. Fat people, they have a dark part of their skin. From the skin, you know, when you're fat, you have like skin rubbing together, and over years it becomes dark. I'm not fully growing up in the mind because like I still have like childlike understanding. Like you know, we all grew up thinking babies came out of the asshole at some point, and then you realize they come from the vagina. I used to think when I pissed with a boner that was ejaculating. And I pissed, as a kid, I pissed into a balloon with a boner and filled up the balloon and threw it on a cactus plant. And I told my friends the next day that I might have got the cactus pregnant. And till this day, I don't know where cashews come from. Where does a fucking cashew come from, bro? Does anyone know that? And I could literally Google that, but I enjoy the fucking wonder of it. It's been 2 years just wondering, and I refuse to Google where cashews originate from. Are you Arab? Salam alaikum. I'm a Christian Arab. I'm the most hated Arab. Jews and Muslims hate me equally. But there's good things happening. Tomorrow there's a great show. Adam, I don't want to get into the details, you know. You're looking great, man. You're looking Hollywood great, buddy. How many dudes have hit on you since you got back? I think the aggressive, you know, a lot of dudes hit on me. You know, it's kind of, it's uncomfortable, man. You know, I like the tension, but you know what I mean? I don't like the idea of having gay sex. Maybe I do. I don't know. I just think it's gonna bite them in the ass, man. It's gonna, you know, bring back. I'm homophobic to a degree. I'm comfortable around old lesbian women. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. April 8th, guys. I hope you're raptured with me. God bless you all. Give it up to your host.
Give it up for Pete Nash. He's got the smallest dick out of all of his brothers. As soon as Pete was born, his mom looked at him and was holding him in his arms, and it was a beautiful moment. She goes, wow, he takes after his dad. Also another small-dicked man. My theory is that, like, small dicks is just like balding. It takes after your mom's father. So if you have a small penis out there, know that your mom's dad has a small dick. Okay, anyway, give it up for Pete Nash. Give it up for this next man, the owner of the room. He's back. He's killing it. Give it up for Adam Smith.
What up, y'all? Good to be back. Good to be back. I give it up for Alec. Room's hot. Room's hot. I will address the elephant in the room at the end of my set. I tried to be like serious at the beginning of my set last night. Or no, I poured a non-alcoholic beer on my head, or chugged it, and then tried to go like heartfelt, like right up top. And then people thought I was like actually like tearing up, but it was I was like, I'm sorry guys for being an alcoholic, yada yada, you know, but it was just because the beer was in my throat, so it was like I couldn't actually do my set, and it was a very awkward set, and everyone was like, oh my God, like, you know, we can't laugh. He's opening up to us. I've never seen this side of Adam. So I will address the alcoholic shit at the end of my whatever. Yeah, not a lot of comedy in Memphis we had. I did hit a few mics. Give it up for my dad for putting me up for the last 2 months. I will give all of my e-board members in the back, shout out Alec, Getty, Nesh, who held this place down for me while I was gone. Jesus fucking Christ. I know it was only 2 months. I didn't get that far through the 12 steps. But yeah. Hi, my name's Adam. And I am an atheist. Okay. Have y'all any alcoholics here? No? The alcoholics still drink free? Yeah, atheists drink free. I know that. Atheists drink free. Alcoholics drink free. Asians drink free. Adams drink free. All A's drink free here. Okay, but apparently no more. No, yeah. Shout out to the treasurer back there, Pete Nash. We crushed last month while I was gone. Yeah, just 5x just the amount of revenue from the past 3 years, to be honest, in 1 month. It's amazing. Me and Dad were crunching some financial models while I was away, had some downtime, and Dad was like, these numbers do not look good. And I was like, well, at least I didn't make them up, okay? You can't 0 times 3 years is still 0, okay? It's actually negative. We are actually in the red quite a bit. But we are looking up, fellas. We are looking up. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I did do some open mics in Memphis. Try to, stay polished, keep the rust off. I was pretty rusty. Honestly, I was pretty rusty. I didn't do a mic until like a month in. I sat on the couch mostly. I gained like 30 pounds, if anyone can tell. Under here. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize. I honestly was not doing like that much cocaine, but like I was walking around like I don't know. Aiden, how much you weigh? Yeah, I was 147 when I went back, and I'm about 180 right now. It's like Conor McGregor walks around at 180, right? Anyways, I was not doing that much cocaine, but I had a weird kind of realization. I was like, because Dad's known I've been a drinker since I went to, hey, there we go. Give it up, Will Martinez, another e-board member right there. A nice cold Bud Zero. I swear to God, I've been drinking for 18 years. So I'm 36 years old. I've been drinking for 18 years, and I've never had one of these glorious things. So this is my 4th one tonight. Cheers. Anyways, where'd Jeremy go? Jeremy wrote me a letter here. I'll read this at the end. We'll say he's not in the room. I was like, gee, have I gotten that soft? Like, It's like, oh my, I'm curious what's in here. I gotta wait till he's like, yeah. I'm like, it's like, Adam, don't worry. what's gonna be in here? It's like a fucking Bevmo fucking like gift card, and like, yeah. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, I was like, it's a good thing I did sprinkle in a little cocaine with alcohol, because the intervention would have never happened, you know. Dad would have just, he doesn't talk like this. I said, I'm drinking again, that's fine, you know. But it was a good thing. So I guess what I'm saying is thank you, cocaine. Does that make sense, Dad? All right. I don't even think Mom knew what cocaine was. Right? Cocaine. She's not Japanese, but I don't even. Yeah, she might not have even said cocaine in her entire life. But I was, so, anyways, yeah. Where was that? Oh, yeah. So the Memphis open mic scene, knocking the rust off. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, it's just, yeah, I was like, all right, I'll tell all these stupid jokes that everyone here has heard. All my homophobic shit, that all hit. All my atheist material, that all hit. I was fucking crushing the Memphis mic scene. And then I was like, all right, perfect. Like, you know, surprisingly, the racist shit did not work in black fucking Memphis. You know, I was like, oh yeah, I don't even say my R's in Paris. Got my nigga Paris instead of going guy he does. No, that one didn't go well in Memphis. And then I, you know, pulled out the 21 Savage bit. That one did not go well either. I was like, I gotta rework that and throw it out. But anyway, so the alcoholism aside, no, I mean the 12 steps, like, you know, you realize you're an atheist before you realize you're an alcoholic. Has anyone read them? I did, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's all God. It's God. The whole fucking, yeah, 1 through 12. I mean, like, not only did I not like get to the even attempting the like a step, I Googled it. What all? That's how like that's how little I've like it was like acknowledging that I was like been an alcoholic for a while. I not even know a step. Like what? Yeah, I mean, you could probably guess a few. Like call your friends and apologize for shit you've done. You know. Nice. No crying in baseball. No apologizing in comedy. Okay. But like I said last night, I'd probably owe some apologies. So I'll get to that one. I'll get to that step. But the other 11, it's all just like, thank God that, you know, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. None of the shit made sense. I was like, I'm a fucking atheist. We got to try something else. So we went to the doctor, and they prescribed me naltrexone, which, if y'all don't know what naltrexone is, it is a opioid antagonistic, as a opioid receptor antagonistic, which you basically take the pill, and then you get to drink alcohol. So it like blocks all the pleasure receptors in your brain. And I was like, fucking dummies. Like, y'all gonna let me do this. You think I'm actually gonna take that fucking pill, right? But, okay, look, I'm following the thing. Oh shit, where is it? No prop comedy after midnight, but there it is right there. Got my pill on me. All right. So anytime I want to binge drink, I just have to take this. It's a real fucking prescription. And I am the only, like, professional fucking partier where I can walk into a doctor's office with a drug and alcohol problem and get prescribed fucking drugs and alcohol to fix it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so like the excuses I was giving all my friends for like not like wanting to like attempt to stop drinking were like so far off base. Like I told Coke, who Coke's not in the room right now, but he was the main organizer of the intervention. And rewind like 6-8 months ago, I was having like a pretty deep conversation with Coke, and I was like, no, Coke, like I'm not gonna try to curtail my drinking because I'm scared, that everything is gonna then go so awesome for me, and Chaos is gonna be the next Comedy Store within like a month. And Coke was like, one, no, that's not gonna happen. But and two, he was like, your head is so far like up your own ass. Like what? He was like, one, that would be a good thing, Adam. Like if you stop drinking and then Chaos became the next Comedy Store, you understand that'd be a good thing. And I was like, no, but then I would, I would hate myself for not having stopped drinking sooner. And like, what if I had more money in my bank account? And like, I would, and then I was like, but I was like, how do you have sex, like not drunk? Like, how do you pull, like, bitches like not drunk? And he was like, you ever have whiskey dick? I was like, yeah, of course. He's like, that won't happen, and you'll fuck more girls by not drinking. And I was like, that's not how my game works, right? And then so you start to realize all these things, and I was like, oh, you fuck. And it wasn't that hard, but like I said, we're only 2 months into this, so I don't want to start smiling too early, huh? Oh, the letter, right? Wait, yeah, is Jeremy back in the room? No. All right, fuck it. But anyways, before I do this, I do want to fucking really give it up for fucking Alec. Mike, he's another E-board member back there. El Presidente, whatever titles we're all giving out, we're all on the same fucking team, and I fucking love all you. This place still wouldn't be here if it weren't for y'all. All right, man. All right, to the heartfelt shit. All right, let's hear the... Appreciate it. It is, right? All right, let's sit down for this. Here we go. Any guesses before I open this? What if he didn't write anything and he just went to Hallmark and just gave me a generic like, get well soon. Like, all right. I mean, and Dad, if you for those of you who don't know that Slopez, he is the king of prop comedy here. So, all right. It says, do you know how much gratitude is packed inside this card? If a gram of cocaine falls out of here, I'm gonna laugh, but okay. Welcome back. Adam, I love your club. Keep rocking. I think these cards still have some cocaine on them. It says I think they still have some money on them. All right. He's all right. Thank you. I love y'all. That's my time. I'm Adam.
Give it up for Adam Smith, everybody. Give it up for Jeremy Lopez, dude. Jeremy rocks, dude. Pete, I talked to Jeremy earlier, like, me and Pete were working on the door the other day, and Jeremy Lopez was here, and he just goes, hey, man, this girl's, like, sleeping in the hotel room that I bought, and I've now paid $2,000 for her to stay there. And he goes, you think I should kick her out? I mean, Pete goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, kick him out immediately. He goes, man, I don't want to be rude. It's like, what kind of money do you have, dude? You're fixing our fridge for free right now with Air Duster. Give it up for Adam and Jeremy Lopez. And give it up for this next man. He's a legend around here. He was here when he helped me fix the door. Give it up for Pete Getty.
Alec and I are just lying. We never fixed the door. It was never kicked in. Never happened. I just came here tonight to say I'm addicted to massage parlors, and I need to go to rehab, so I'll be going back to my parents' house for 2 months. If you guys can take care of my business, I'm doing about $50,000 a month, so when I get back, maybe $500,000 a month. All right, is that good? That's kind of what we did for this place for Adam. So everyone gets a turn to go to rehab. Actually, I'm going to flex. I'm going to stay with Mr. Smith. I see they have a house that looks like a cat and a Tesla. That was for Alec, and he left the room. Damn it, Alec. I'm not going to use this. I wrote a silly joke driving over here. I used to ride motorcycles. I love Ducatis. But I'm not good at riding them. I have the x-rays to prove it. But I got like $1,000 worth of motorcycle gear, like helmets, jackets, bunch of stuff that I don't want to stop wearing. And there's really no purpose to wear it without a motorcycle. But I recently got a jailbroke scooter. Like someone stole a bird and then reprogrammed it and gave it to me. So I took one of my crash speedometers and taped it to the top of the handlebars. And I guess now my only question is, do I call it a Scoocati or a Do-Birdie? I'll put it to a vote later. I'll try this one for Adam. Maybe he'll get it. Growing up, I didn't have much money. When all my friends were playing Yahtzee, we could only afford dinghy. Nope, Adam didn't get it. Fine. Do Mexican bodybuilders use steroids? No way. What happened? Should I change it to boatsy? I don't. Some people, it's a very niche one. My wine joke is more niche. Only me's the only one that has gotten it so far. We'll try it again though. Hey, did you guys hear about the crime that happened up in Napa Valley? Somebody ripped up all the grapevines. They're calling it an act of terroirism. Anyone ever been to wine tasting classes? Or at least pretended? Come on, you guys have no fucking culture. I don't know. The world might end next week. I'm kind of with Pete on that one. We're going to see. Whoa. I mean, dude, I've been hoping for it since, like, what was it, May 21st, 2012? When the rapture was supposed to happen? No, I'm fucking old, dude. I'm fucking, I'm 40 years old, so I haven't talked to these two dudes in like 20 years. They were my college roommates. And one day, we were trying to figure out what CVS stood for. And the dumbest fucking one of us, probably the one with the most money as well, his answer to what CVS stood for was cock, vagina, switch. I think of that way too. Like every time I pass the CVS, I was in cock, vagina, switch. And I started a group text the other day with the two of them. And I'm like, yo, Derek, remember when you said CVS stands for cock, vagina, switch? Like, you were so far before your time. You're like a fucking soothsayer. And my other buddy, Matt, was like, yeah, I think about that often. And Derek, the one who said it, and Matt and I both remembered, said, I don't remember saying that at all. But mind you, this is also the person when we tried to name all 50 states in our apartment. I think me and my buddy got 49, and Derek got 36, and he named Boston. And we grew up in Massachusetts, so that's tough. That was a tough day for him. But yeah, cock vagina switch. It was just nonsense at the time, but now it's a fucking procedure. It's crazy. That was like freaking me out, thinking about like fucking a trans chick. You're just fucking a dude in the ass. You gotta be a fucking really gullible person to believe that lie. Like fucking a friend of mine, I can't believe I said that word. He told me once, he's like, yeah, I was fucking this chick, and then she's like, next time I want you to come inside me. And he's a younger friend, and most of you know who he is by that. And I'm like, yo, you don't want to do that. That's how you get babies. He's like, nah, she was trans. And I'm like, nah, he was a dude. It's like, you fucked a dude in the ass, and you're telling me you were banging a chick, and she said, come inside me next time. Fucking delusion. You're right, Pete. The world's over. You know what else is fucking over? Language. You can say the opposite thing, and the dumb fuck at whatever burger stand you're at will understand it the same way. If you walk up to me and say properly, I would like no onions on that burger, they will not put onions on the burger. But if you walk up to them and say, I don't want no onions on that burger, they will also not put onions on that fucking burger.
Give it over, Pete. Get him. I don't want no more of that. That means I want more of that comedy. Is that right? Give me a triple negative right now, sir. All right. Well, damn, dude, that's worse than being negative. You're triple. All right. Well, I don't want no more of that. You know what I'm saying? This next man coming to the stage. My God, if him and Pete don't relate to something, this guy is from Roswell. He has seen the aluminum balloon that the CIA said was there. He's seen the UFOs. He's been abducted with jokes. So let's UFO applause for this guy. Give it up for Patricio.
What's up? What's up? He is right. I have been abducted before, except it was the DEA when they kicked down my door. Yeah, I used to be a dealer a long time ago. Yeah. Real. I mean, they had my kids on the floor with the guns and everything. You know, I was a bad dad. I'm not a good dad like his dad. You know what I'm saying? Luckily I was locked up when my kids were like turning adults, or else I probably would have gave them some cocaine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, probably hopefully to sell, not to do, but yeah, maybe you can give them some cocaine to sell. No, nah. I know it's tough as a parent. I have 5 kids. Yeah. One of my kids, my youngest, he did give me some problems. I'm 50. How old's your dad? 66. Oh, so you were a little bit older when you had him, right? In 40s? Were you in your 40s? Because he looks like he's in his 20s. You in your 20s? 36. Oh, 36. You look good. That cocaine took care of you now. I would say it makes you live longer, but nobody believes me, man. Yeah, you know. I don't know. I'm stupid, man. But yeah, I was born in Roswell, New Mexico, you know. Sometimes people ask me if I see aliens. You know, I always tell them, yeah, I see aliens, illegal aliens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like my cousin Jose, my tío Poncho. Yeah. I don't know, anybody in here have a family that's illegal immigrants? No, not you guys? No. You guys don't know what that's like, huh? You know what I'm saying? When the literal thing that you see on TV when they say the migra, you know what I'm saying? And you see everybody running, yeah, I've lived that. Yeah, and I was running, but I didn't realize I didn't have to run, you know what I'm saying, at that time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I did think, because I know you guys don't know, but when you do get legal, they give you a card that says resident alien. Yeah. So when I was young, I grew up seeing that, right? So when I heard the term alien invasion, I didn't think it was extraterrestrials. I thought it was just a whole bunch of Mexicans coming over here, like, you know, yeah, like that scene on Born in East LA. I don't know, have you guys seen that scene? That's real life now, right? That's just news, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I get all my news off TikTok. Anybody? I love TikTok. You use TikTok? Do you like to channel surf? Remember channel surfing when we were young? Yeah, that's what TikTok is. You just, yeah, that's why it's so catchy, man. It's just fucking channel surfing from cable TV. Yeah, except there's like 3 million channels with nothing to watch instead of, remember that song back then, 300 channels with nothing to watch? Now there's 3 million channels with nothing to watch. Well, you stop every once in a while on that cute girl, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's TikToker except him, right? No, you don't do TikTok either? No TikTok either? Well, I'm foreign anyway, so I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I came to destroy this country. I didn't, no, you know. No, you know, actually, this is something I learned this year, or realized. Okay, so I was born in New Mexico, right? And I've always said, oh, yeah, you know, I'm really Mexican because the United States took New Mexico from Mexico, right? But then I came to realize, hey, my people have been here before the Spanish got here. I'm not even Spanish or Mexican, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really Native American with a Spanish last name. They erased our culture, you know what I'm saying? You guys haven't got erased yet, but where are you guys originally from? Like you guys aren't from the United States, so I mean pre-United States. Malaysia? Okay. That's why you look a little Asian, right? Yeah, yeah. So, huh? Arkansas? Okay. How did you get an Asian sister? Just to Arkansas. No, I wanted you to say she was a mail order bride, but yeah, she was one of those. How much younger is she than you? Same age? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so she picked you then, huh? Yeah. Did she grow up here in the States too, or she grew up in Malaysia? And you met her here in the States? College? Okay. Yeah, I like to say I went to college for 9 years. Yeah, but that's what my wife told my kids when she took them to go visit me. Yeah. Now my youngest, he was really hurt about that, me being gone. I was gone 9 years. I mean, I mean, I could never give that back to him. But I mean, I don't know. You make a decision sometimes in life, because there was no way I was going to be able to go to Disneyland or Disney World. You know, what did you do for a living? Retire. Okay, so that's why accidental chaos exists. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's good teeth. There's nothing wrong with it either. I don't know. Don't feel bad by your dad taking care of you. Okay? No. Nah. If my dad could take care of me, he would. It's just he's a broke motherfucker, man. Now, you know, growing up, my parents, they were like, they didn't know they had rights. You know, have you ever? I know you didn't grow up with parents that didn't know they had rights, but when your parents think you don't have rights, they tell you to basically do whatever the authorities tell you. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I heard I got rights, I was like, fuck them. You know, yeah, right to remain silent. They've told me that a few times. Yeah, but I mean, you did good. You didn't get in trouble, right? Legally. Yeah, yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, good. And you grew up in Arkansas too, or Memphis? Man, I went to Nashville, man, and I didn't like Nashville, man. There's no comedy over there. There's a couple of mics, but I don't know. I'm not a country music fan, man. I'm a hip hop fan. Yeah, I like hip hop music. I mean, I like the new songs a lot. It's just they're hard to sing along to. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like Wet Ass Pussy. I don't know, have you heard that song, sir? Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. But you know, when you're a man and you're singing along to it, you know, as long as you're in the car by yourself, it's okay, right, fellas? If I sing along to that song? Yeah. I want to gag. I want to choke. No. I do wish a girl would tell me that. There's no girls in here right now, right? Earlier, he was asking me what my dirtiest joke was. This guy, he rode with me, but we had a female in the car, and I couldn't tell any of my dirty jokes. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I need audience participation. You know, like, what's your favorite cat call? You guys don't have cat calls? I know all of y'all said "suck my dick" to a chick before. No, nobody said "suck my dick" to a chick that was passing by. Well, you like guys, so you probably, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a normal guy cat call, right? You got a fat ass. I think a good cat call would be like, "I'll pay your phone bill." You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good one. Yeah, I think they would respond to that. Or I'll pay your rent. Would you pay a chick's rent? No. Have you ever paid for pussy? When you were blacked out? Well, I've never. I say I never paid for pussy, but then I was married for a long time. Yeah, yeah. Paid a lot for pussy, man. Just not like direct transaction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How much? How much is your house worth? How much is your house worth? I'm just trying to get a gauge how much you paid for love. No, it doesn't matter. It's a lot. Yeah. 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 And then you got this guy out of love too. Give you a little bit of trouble. You guys other kids? He's half of them. He's a doctor. Well, he listened, bro. That's like yeah. You always got one that doesn't listen, bro. I was in my household. I was the only child, so I listened. I didn't listen. I don't know what my parents did to deserve me. Like I was stealing their cigarettes at 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? Coming in smoking like smelling like cigarettes and be like, "Were you smoking?" No. Like, yeah, you smell like cigarettes. No, I didn't know cigarettes smelled. I learned pretty quick. Yeah, I was drinking beer at 6. I don't know, man. I went to juvenile. But yeah, you did a good job, man. Could you imagine? Did you ever steal your dad's car? You never pushed it out the driveway and never had. Well, he bought you. What was Tennessee? When did you get your license? 16. So he got you a car when you were 16, right? It was a loaner, maybe a loaner. Yeah, it's your car, but not your car. Yeah. No, I got lucky. My dad, he gave me one of his old cars, so I did have a car to drive. But I got mine when I was 14. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know why my dad ever gave me anything. I was fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? I would find money from his wallet on the floor all the time. You know what I'm saying? Well, I took it out of the wallet and dropped it on the floor first, and then picked it up. So, nah, I was just a bad kid, man. Cops came from the time I was 14 till I was 16. The cops came at least twice a month to my house. Yeah, it was crazy. They would call my mom and say, "Is your son home?" Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was one of those kids. I always wondered, when I was 6 years old too, man. When I was older, like 18, 19 years old, all the cops knew my name, man. All the cops knew my name. They knew who I was. I always thought it was the bad shit I did. And one time I was like, "Hey, man, how the fuck do all you guys know me?" And they're like, "What the fuck do you mean? Weren't you the kid that stole the cop cars when you were 6 years old?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess." No, I could reach the pedal. I'm a big guy. At 6 years old, I could drive a car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I used to drive cars at 6 years old. And that's crazy. My dad used to let me. Did you? I don't know, man. I've had a crazy life. I'm not proud of it, but my dad's 92. He's still alive. Yeah, I kind of wish he'd hurry up and fucking die, but nah. I love my dad, man. I don't want him to die, but at that age, they're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, he's healthy though. He's fucking healthier than I am, man. Fucking 92. He's trying to get another girlfriend now. I don't know. Yeah, that's the end of this. Love you guys.
Give it up for Patricio. Damn, maybe it's the youngin' in me, but like with Feline, she was like, "You're driving at 6 years old? That's hot." Maybe it's the youngin' in me, or the Jewishness in me. I'm immediately like, "There's no way he had insurance at 6. That's impossible." What, did you sit on phone books, or were you just always this tall? I imagine Patricio. You grew up in Roswell, so there's probably some radioactive material. What a loser. This guy's the original liberal cuck. Give it up for Patricio. Liberal by name and liberal by something. Give it up for Patricio. And give it up for this next lady that's coming up to the stage. Frickin' Falim.
Oh, this mic stand is fun. This is like a Jim Morrison thing happening right here. I'm like all over the fucking place. Whoa. So, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it is my birthday today. It is my birthday. Can I at least get like a whoop whoop? All right. Yeah. I came over from another club, and somebody was picking on me, telling me I was like old and stuff, and that nobody was there, for my birthday. And I'm like, man, when did I get so thin-skinned? I got so butthurt we came over here. And I'm like, wow, that never bothered me before. I'm a fucking goth. We're used to being picked on. I mean, come on. I mean, people drive by, they're like, hey, Morticia, where's the fucking funeral? And I'm like, at your mom's? Then they hit the brakes, and we get in a fight. That's the way it goes. But, I should be used to this kind of crap by now, but for some reason, I don't know, it doesn't always get any easier. So I started thinking, it actually made me, we had a little talk in the hallway, and it gave me a couple of flashbacks. I had some little flashbacks of some shit that used to happen to me when I worked at the club. What it's like to work in a nightclub, it's like the best part of the night is probably when all the security guards start telling you all the stories when we're closed, and it's just like in-house, and they're like, man, you have no idea what this one motherfucker did today. It's like he got thrown out for drinking too much, or not thrown out, okay, but cut off at the bar, because we can't really throw them out just for being drunk. They have to fuck up enough, you know what I mean? They have to do something. And this guy was just cut off, right? But he was cut off for a pretty good reason. He threw up in a garbage can, and then he saw a beer that was full in it and went, yeah. So he could have just kept on drinking, making his mama proud, right? That's the kind of shit that I just love. I could write a whole fucking book on stuff like that. And it's like after a while of DJing for a long fucking time, all you can think is, there's got to be a cool way to quit. There's got to be a cool way to just go out in flames, right? So I started to think, well, what would be the best way ever to get fired? And there's a club called 1015 Folsom. Does anyone know any San Francisco people here at all? Anybody know San Francisco at all? No? All right. We have a huge club called 1015 Folsom that has all of their cameras that are linked right to SFPD, right? So SFPD is watching everything that we fucking do. So I thought one way that would be kind of fun to quit is take maybe some sugar and put it on the bar, line it up like a line of cocaine, and then just sort of when the bartender comes up and be like, hey, you wait your turn. Let the SFPD see that. That's one way to quit. And I'm like, if I never want to come back, that's one way to do it. Another way I thought that'd be kind of fun, they had a DJ booth that had a pin code on it. You had to beep in because every asshole in the world would go in there if it wasn't locked. And I started to think, that's another way we could do it. Let's just put on a CD of that's so scratched and fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry, for the young people, CDs are round things that we used to play music on. You'd put them in and they would spin around. So for the younger people, sorry. Anyways, but I thought it would be cool to put on the most fucked up scratch CD there was, one that will do 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 like that. Turn up the treble as high as you fucking can. Lock the booth, flip everyone off, and just be like, peace out. We're out of here. You know what I mean? They have to listen to that. But then dubstep came along, and I realized they're just going to start dancing. They're just going to start dancing. They're going to have a good time, and I'm going to invent a new genre, and I'll be known for it, and I'll hate myself. So yeah, maybe that won't work. But also, I thought one way to maybe get famous, since I've been in 47 bands you've never heard of. Don't worry about it. It's like, yes, thanks. Can I get it? Yeah, thank you for all my bands that sucked. Yes, anyway. Yeah, so I started to think maybe we could invent a new genre, the car alarm genre. Do you remember those old car alarms that would go like, dur, 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 ree, ree, Come on, sing it with me. Do, 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 do. Keep doing that, right? And then I'd just put a beat behind it like, oonce, 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 and just make the fucking song a car alarm song. And next thing you know, it's going to be the biggest hit next to the fucking Macarena. And again, I would make myself sick for being known for that. I'm not sure when my time is, but it feels like now. Thanks, you guys. What the hell's happening here?
Give it up for freaking Feline. So next person to come to the stage, I could imagine no better pairing than them two. Give it up for Cosmo Cristani.
I'm usually here just to support Feline, but, But you know she killed it at the Laugh Factory this last Tuesday. So hey. So and actually, for the guy in the pink shirt, did you know that the guy that wrote the Boy Scouts is also the same guy that wrote the 12 Steps? And what's even funner is the guy that designed the Boy Scout uniforms is the guy that designed the Nazis' uniforms. Yes. So that's really fun. But yeah, so Google it. But anyway, I was talking to Patricio outside, and he was asking me where I was from, and I was raised in Utah. Oh, thank you very much. Most Ogden, Ogden. I know. Anyway, but my adopted family was deep in the Mormon religion. They're related to this guy named Martin Harris, who was Joseph Smith's butt buddy. They were both blessed in the sacred forest, and I remember that every year we would go to the Martin Harris pageant, where they would sing songs and have like 1,000 Mormons, and the guy would be up there singing "This is true," like with the book and everything, and 1,000 people just crying, but they didn't know that on his deathbed he said it was all bullshit. So I would just sit there knowing that, just be like, wow. But we've got to I got to give a hand to this guy named Brigham Young. Talk about a fucking gangster. Okay, this guy, Joseph Smith gets shot in whatever that place is, doing freaking signs and shit, like the Masonic sign of distress while he was dying. Fucking great. But Brigham Young took advantage of that, and in the voice of Joseph Smith said, "I will lead the people." But what he did is he talked to some Spanish priests that came from the Louisiana Purchase, and he found out about this Great Salt Lake. And he was like, wait, so this lake made of salt? And they're like, yeah, pretty much. He's like, where exactly is this? So he found out where it was. He gets all the people. He's like, come, join people. We shall be Mormons and safe from everyone persecuting us. Because they'd tar and feather the motherfuckers. Like, it was real. So he led them all into the desert for miles and miles and miles. A lot of them fucking died. And then they finally, about 2 miles off from where the Great Salt Lake is, he's like, this is the place. And they're like, yeah? And he's like, this is what God told me, and then so they start scavenging around, and sure enough, some of them find a salt lake, and they're like, Brigham Young, we found a lake of salt. And he's like, Lord be praised, this is a sign. I knew this was the right place. And hey, everywhere you find home is the right place. All right, you have a good one.
Give it up for Cosmo. Dude, I had a fucking idea. So you're talking about the Mormons. And, the Mormons, they do soaking. Do you know what soaking is? Or it's when Mormons, when they put their cock in a lady and they don't move because they think they're tricking God. They're tricking God. And there's a whole thing that Mormons do is, they'll put their dick in a lady and not move, and then they'll have somebody else jump on the bed because they think they're tricking an omniscient being in the sky. And if that's not the greatest advertisement for a Tempur-Pedic bed, then I don't know what is. You know how, in the Tempur-Pedic bed, they jump on, they see the wine glass? Imagine if, Mormons coming to a place near you, 1-800-TRICK-GOD. Those are my thoughts about Mormonism, I guess. This next man coming to the stage, he's a fucking legend. I thought he was leaving, but he was just going to buy weed and he was coming back. But he's bumping everybody because he's the man. Give it up for D-Rod.
I love this place. What's up, y'all? Welcome, comics, comrades and shit. That's what's up. Fuck, man. So I just tell some stories. I love storytelling. We should have a storyteller night, but I like talking about some true shit. This story's about a fucking cockroach. Seriously, it's a fucking cockroach. So, I'm down in Atlanta. I'm visiting my brother. Now, here's the story. My brother, me and my brother, we've always been at it with each other all through the years. I didn't like this motherfucker, and he didn't like me. You know what I'm saying? And after we got married, his old lady didn't like mine. I didn't like his old lady. That's the way that shit was, but we still love each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's the setting of the story. So I go down to Atlanta. You know, down in Atlanta, they have these big-ass fucking cockroaches. I don't know, motherfuckers been there. Big-ass cockroaches in Atlanta. Cut to the story. We're all out. The four of us are out, and I run into Starbucks, and I come back out, and everybody's standing outside of the car, and all the doors are open, right? And they said, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong? I just come back with my coffee and my cake, and I had a nice buzz and shit, you know. My brother, he's a Muslim. I'll set that up. He's a Muslim. So everybody's standing outside the car, and they said, there's a cockroach, there's a roach in the car. And so I'm like, fuck, I just got my coffee, and I just got my fucking cake, and I wanted to eat my fucking cake. I didn't want to stand outside the car. So we're standing out another 5 minutes. I was looking forward to sitting still in the back seat and just eating my fucking cake and drinking my coffee. But we're standing outside because they said there's a roach in the car. After a few minutes, being the comic I am, I convinced everybody that I saw the roach leave the car. I told them I saw the roach leave the car. I convinced everybody because I wanted to sit down and drink my fucking coffee and eat my fucking cake. Now my sister-in-law is skittish as fuck. She didn't want to come back in because she was scared of the fucking roach, but I convinced her through laughter that the fucking roach ran out the side, and I saw it run down the street. Now we're in the car. We're riding down the street, listening to music. Everything is fine. Until my wife looks over at me and points to the top of my sister-in-law's head. There is a big-ass fucking cockroach sitting in front of me with its tentacles looking at me, sitting on top of her head. Now, she has on a hijab. You know, a fucking scarf. Muslim scarf. She got the shit on. So I realized that I've got to do something. I've got three choices. I can either grab this roach, like the man that I am, and throw it out the window, but I had cake and coffee. I couldn't fucking mess up my appetite grabbing the fucking roach. So that first choice was out the door. Listen, the second choice was I could slap the roach off her head. But then everybody's going to say, oh, the roach is still in here. And then they're going to know I was lying. So I couldn't do that. The last thing I had was, the last choice that I had is I had to hit this fucking roach. I'm down to at least 1 second to make a decision to hit this fucking roach. Now, you know, in the Muslim world, when you hit them with a shoe, it's one of the most degrading fucking things that you could do. So I sat there and I thought about all the shit that my sister-in-law used to say within that 1 second. She would say shit to me, sarcastic shit. Now I'm down to less than a second. I gotta make a choice. I can't let this roach get away, because he's still looking at me and he knows I'm up to something. So I take off my fucking flip-flop and I smack the fuck out of my sister-in-law's head. As hard as I can. In slow motion, I just thought about all the shit my brother ever did to me. And what this would mean, because I got a free ticket to slap the fuck out of his wife. So I hit that fucking road so hard, that motherfucker split in two. And his head rolled off and his body. But no one else saw it except my wife. All they know is I just hit her. I hit his wife with a shoe in the fucking head. So they didn't believe me until I told them, and we pulled over and they found the roach's body. She was skittish and she was trying to understand, probably for the next couple of hours, that I really have to hit her with the fucking shoe. But all I could do was explain, I had to hit you with the fucking shoe. But I had to say it in a way that I really cared. I was really feeling good about the fact that I hit her in the fucking head with the fucking shoe. And I get to tell this story for the rest of my fucking life. Thank you. I know how I was going to end that one. All right, so how much more time I got? A couple more minutes? All right. So this is a message for all the guys. I went to I attend the men's meeting. The men amongst men, the men's meeting, annual men's meeting, and we write all the new bylaws. Everybody don't go, all the men don't go. It's the men's meeting, and I'm just the messenger. So there's some new bylaws now that I'm just here to tell everybody. Okay, so if you're a real man amongst men, you watch regular heterosexual porn, you're no longer allowed to watch regular porn because there's too many dicks. You can't watch regular porn because if you do, you're watching dicks go in the pussy and it makes you gay. I didn't write the fucking rules. I'm just here telling you, you know what I'm saying? You have to watch lesbian porn if you're a man. There'll be no more, you gotta watch lesbian porn. All right, if you watch regular porn, listen, I didn't write the rules. I didn't write the rules, bro. All right? Check this out. The other rule is a real man is no longer allowed to make a comment about anything below the belt of another man. I didn't make the rules. Listen, it's some real shit. You can't comment under no circumstances. You cannot make a comment. You can't comment about a man's shoes unless they're off his feet. They got to be sitting on the side. You can't, because if you look below the belt, you're gay. I didn't make the rules. There'll be no looking below the belt anymore if you're a man. All right? And another one is, popsicles. You're no longer, if you're a real man, you're no longer allowed to suck a popsicle. You got to bite the fucking popsicle, even if you get a brain freeze, and you got to tear it off the stick and eat it. You're no longer allowed to suck the popsicle. If you get caught sucking the popsicle, you're gay. I didn't make the rules. Listen, I have no problem at all with gay people, not one. I've got no problem. Listen, all I'm doing is saying that there's some new rules for the man amongst men from this point on. One of the other things is bananas. Man is not allowed to peel the banana and eat it out. You got to break it off from now on, and you got to tear off the rest. If you get caught eating a banana, you're gay. Right? You can't hold your lips together. I'm good. Thank you very much.
Give it up for D-Rod. I eat the banana with the peel on. That's how non-gay I am. Dude, D-Rod, in my family, if that would have happened, like my brother's wife was a Muslim wearing a burqa, we hit her over the flip-flop, it would have been a standing ovation. In our family, they're like, where's the roaches? We got it. We used to dump roaches on my brother's wife and just be like, we got to slap her. We got to slap. All right, that didn't make any sense. Give it up for D-Rod, everybody. Give it up for this next man, my coworker, my best friend, my golf partner, which I'm better at than that. Give it up for Mikey Silver.
Woo! That was an awesome story, but also the scariest at the same time. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if you ever to read like a children's story, like that would be intense. Like Dr. Seuss, like green eggs and fucking ham. You know, I don't know, man. That just sounds fox in a box, kill a cock. I don't know. All right, red elephant, bitch. Like, oh man, cockroaches are cool, dude. I feel like mosquitoes are something of like the junkie of the insect world. Because, like, for example, cockroaches are known as just like, yeah, they can survive through anything. Mosquitoes, though, they have to survive off blood, all right? But they get blood from anywhere, all right? And that's just hoary, okay? That's hoary. I wanted a punchline to come after that, and then it just didn't, Mr. Smith, and I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. And that's what happens, all right, guys? That's what happens at the end of the day, all right? I don't like going to the doctor because I feel like you're put in such a vulnerable position, all right? Like, it's not the best for me because, like, recently I went to a new doctor and it was just, like, a weird situation altogether because I told him what was wrong. I was like, my back's really been hurting. My allergies have been acting up a lot. And then he's like, why are you on your knees? And I'm like, oh, isn't this how you do it? All right, that was a joke about getting molested as a child. All right, guys, bam, because I went to this one doctor. He didn't molest me, but apparently he molested another kid, and I don't know, I just feel unwanted. You know what I mean? And that's not the best. It's not the best. He did. His name was Dr. Austin. He was had a practice. It was UCLA at Manhattan Beach, I guess the family center, some shit like that. And he diddled the kid, you know what I mean? And I knew that kid, all right? I was a way better looking kid, all right? I'm just saying, I don't know. Because that's just how it works sometimes, guys. That's just how it works. But I smoke a lot of weed. I don't know if you guys can tell. I've been trying to smoke less weed because I've been realizing more and more lately that I don't need to be stoned all the time, you know, only sometimes, you know, and that's good for me. That's good for me. But I've been feeling dumb. Like recently I was trying to do fractions and I just couldn't. I felt so dumb in that moment. And then I realized I'm just stoned, all right? I'm just high as shit. And then the teacher's like, "Hey man, you got to get the fuck out of here." And I was like, "What? Why?" They're like, "You don't go here." And I was like, "Ah, shit." And then they call the police, you know, and then it's just weird. It's uncomfortable. I feel like, I don't know, like I'm not a big fan of edibles, for example. Like edibles, because like I just gave Pete an edible. Like my cousins, they always give me, my cousins, they work for like an edible company. So like they're salesmen for them, and they sell a bunch of edibles all the time. So they always give me shit, and I don't like edibles. I was like, just give me weed. They're like, we actually don't have weed. I'm like, you're the worst drug dealer ever. You know what I mean, guys? It's just, because that's what it is, all right? It's drugs, all right? But no. It's so she gives me a bunch of edibles, and I don't like edibles because edibles make me uncomfortably high. They make me so high, and like I like weed when you smoke it because you can gauge how much you're smoking. You know what I mean? Like you take 2 puffs of a joint, you take a bong rip, you're like, I'm gonna be pretty stoned for a little bit. You know? You take an edible, you have no idea how high you're really gonna get. So it makes you uncomfortable. And then you guys ever have it where like you take an edible, you know what I mean? And then you got to go pick up your nephew from school, for example, and like. He is just being a little cunt the whole time, you know, just complaining. He's like, "You're not my uncle." And you're like, "Shit." You know what I mean? This is weird. And then you're like, "You're not my nephew." And then you have a son named Diego. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? And I'm a great father. All right, guys. I'm a great father. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Space Force, for example, like I've been thinking a lot about Space Force. I've been doing research on Space Force. It actually is a branch of the, what's it called? The air people. I totally forgot what. You know, no, the air people. What the fuck, man? Air Force. I couldn't say that. I swear to God, dude. I smoked an hour ago. I'm still pretty high, but not as high as I usually. All right, guys. Like I'm trying. I've been reading Infinite Jest for about 2 years now. All right, guys. I'm halfway through. All right, I'm getting there. You know. But no, it's a branch of the Air Force. And the Air Force, I remember when I was trying to join, like when I was 18, 17, still in high school, I was thinking about joining the military. And then I got arrested, and that kind of like dwindled very quickly. But you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever looked into the military, but like those recruiters, they are persistent. And they, like, for example, I got arrested, all right? And then the recruiter called me. He's like, "Hey, so what's up, man? You're out of high school? You ready to enlist?" And I was like, man, I actually got arrested. I'm on probation for the next 3 years. And he's like, "Oh, man, that's just horrible. But here's the thing, man. You still got a shot. Just do your stuff. Don't get in trouble, and we'll see." 3 years go down on the date, all right? He calls me that same day, 3 years later. "So, you're off probation, big dog. How you feeling about the Marines?" And I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like at that point, because like when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, let's join the military. Stability, you know, like that seems like a good factor. But then you get arrested and you're like, chaos is kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like I was just getting into a lot of shit. It was a good time, honestly. I would say from high school and college, you know what I mean? Like I went to community college and actual college, so I was like, this is awesome. You know, this felt good. It was a good time for me. But it's just like Space Force, for example, they're in the Air Force. And Air Force is one of the hardest branches of military to join because you typically have to be the smartest of the whole bunch. All right? And they're not diminishing freaking like the Marines or anything like that because there's certain departments in that where they have to be very intelligent as well, you know. But Air Force, typically you have to fly planes. You got to do all this shit. It's a little harder. So Space Force added to that because they need planes, you know. But like I feel like the Air Force and Space Force, nobody thinks of them as like cool, really. It's like, yeah, you are pilots and shit, but realistically, it's like, what do Marines have? Marines have a cool ass catchphrase right before they do anything. Like any situation, you could be going to the bar, you could be going to the grocery store. If someone's like, "Hoorah," you're fucking feeling awesome. You know what I mean? It gives you that intensity. And then it's just like Navy SEALs, for example. They got a cool thing. They're like, you know, before they kill. You know, that's what they do because it's a SEAL cry. You know, it's like, But Air Force, they don't have shit. Or Air Force or Space Force, they don't have shit. And if I was in Space Force, I'd constantly be asking people like, "Hey, you ever been fucked by an alien?" No, because of heroes like me. You know, and that just, I feel like they don't get the respect. It's like, what's a Marine gonna do if aliens come, all right? He's in space, he can't breathe, you know? All right, man, just fucking, we can breathe, and I don't know. I want to join Space Force. It sounds like a lot of stability, all right? It sounds like a good time. I don't know, man. I've been thinking a lot about spiders. Spiders, but they scare me, all right? They frighten me, Mia. Mia, this isn't a fucking Q&A right now, all right? This isn't, what is this, huh? Mia, you're mean when you're drunk. Mia, you're a mean drunk, all right? I don't, now I'm just uncomfortable, all right? You hurt me as, I don't know, all right, man. Mia, no, you don't have to leave. You're all right, Mia. Mia, I don't, what the fuck? God, Mia, you gotta stop drinking. Adam, give her some non-alcoholic, or give her that pill, dude. That shit, I don't know, man. Like, you should just start dealing that. That would be awesome. Do you guys know that there's this group of, yeah, dude, like, you know, he just becomes like the Robin Hood of the drug game, all right? He's like, man, I'm fucking giving sobriety out fucking willy-nilly. I don't know, dude. You guys, I was reading about these orcas. So orcas live 50 to 90 years, which is pretty cool. I hate you. 50 to 90 years, which is pretty cool. So, but they're also very intelligent. They're some of like the few animals that have the intelligence to have spite. So it's just like they've seen a lot, you know what I mean? And so apparently there's this area outside of Asia where there's just this pack of orcas that just flip boats regularly. And like, I don't know about you guys, but like, can you imagine how annoyed you'd be if you go on vacation? You're like, you know what, I'm gonna get into sailing. And then the first time you do, you get flipped by a killer whale. Like, I don't even understand. Like, orcas have never in history been like, oh yeah, that's a safe thing. Those guys are cool. No one's ever been like, yeah, fucking orcas. They got the nickname killer fucking whale, and we're like, yeah, let's put them in SeaWorld. That's not a good idea. But also at the same time, it is, because they're horrible creatures, all right? They kill, like, I don't like sharks, all right? But they're the only thing that just murder sharks regularly, all right? I'm petrified of sharks. But there's something that can kill that shark. Like, you can fight a shark. You can, honestly. Like, if you're diving or some shit, a shark's coming at you, punch it in the nose. I've been watching videos. You can do a maneuver, you know what I mean, where you get behind it. You can ride the shark. You have a knife. You start stabbing the shark. I don't know, all right? You can do what you got to do. But what do you do with a fucking orca? What do you do with a 3-ton killing machine that has no weakness? It has no weakness. If you stab it in the eye, it has another eye. All right, guys? That's so you don't get 2 shots at that. And we're like, yeah, let's fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm going with that. But I was talking to my brother about it earlier, and it was kind of upsetting, all right, honestly. Because it's just like, even like pandas, dude. Fuck pandas, man. Like, these Chinese bears are taking American bears' jobs, all right? Let's send them back to China. Am I right, Ray? Am I right? You send them back to China, and we give these black bears more exposure. We give these fucking brown bears the California grizzly. I don't fucking know, dude, all right? Where the fuck is Alec, man? Mia just killed my vibe, bro. Mia's just killed I'm just kidding, Mia, all right? You're okay, Mia. All right. I don't. You don't have the power for that. So my grandma, you could say she died peacefully. My grandma died peacefully. I was there. We were fucking. No, that's not what happened. She had a stroke. My grandma had a stroke from the fucking. All right, no, she didn't. I remember when she did die, they gave her 72 hours to live, which I feel like it was a weird thing, because at the same time, you know, I started thinking about taking. I was just like, Grandma, no, what can I do to save her life? I have a set of skills, smoking weed. You know what I mean? Like, and then it was weird. But like, I remember when she died, like when a body dies in front, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a body like die or like someone die, but like it's similar to like, I don't know if you killed it, you hunt, right? Like, you know, you don't fucking, you've ever seen anything die? All right, well, like, it dies, and then, like, the body will still, like, shake and shit. Like, you heard of, like, you cut off a chicken's head, sometimes it will still run, shit like that. So when my grandma died, she was still shaking, you know what I mean? And then she farted a bunch, which was, and, like, my grandma loved to fart. So I was like, she's still alive, you know what I mean? And then I stabbed her to make sure. All right, no, I didn't stab my grandma. I did not. Fuck you, Ray. All right, you fat fucking bitch. All right. Alec is pooping? Yeah. That makes sense. I've been trying to work on my anger. And it's been working out. It's been working out. I've been you know what I mean? Like I haven't hit anybody in a very long time. I haven't hit anybody. But I have wrangled someone, which is a different thing entirely. Because if you wrangle someone, that means you have the power to beat the shit. You could just start, bam, I got you, bam, bam, bam. But you choose not to, you know what I mean? So you shake, you're like, I hate you so much. You know, like, but I did that to JDK. And I didn't hit him, though. I did not hit him. And then another dude, like, after we did a show, he was like, or the Felix show, he just came up and he's like, yeah, I'm doing a mic. I was like, who the fuck are you, man? Like, and then he's just like, yeah, I talked to Felix. I'm like, Felix is doing a show here, and he's not running a mic after. And it was Alec and I wanted to go home, honestly. So I was like, yo, man, I was like, Alec, you want to do a mic? He's like, not really. If people stayed, and people didn't stay, but then the dude is just like, oh, I already talked to the owner. And then I'm like, who did you talk to, Adam? You talked to Adam. And then he's like, no, I talked to Felix. I'm like, what don't you understand about Felix is not, has no, what the fuck, man? Like, it was literally like talking to a wall. It was like infuriating because I'm giving him points. I'm keeping my temper, you know? I'm just like, hey, man, like, dude, what the fuck are you doing right now? But at the end of it, he basically, like, after the show ends, he just goes on stage and is like, yeah, we're doing a mic. And then I'm like, all right. I fucking hate you. And then I was like, hey man, like it's an intermission, everybody's leaving. If people come back in, okay. You know, nobody came back in. So I'm like, there's no fucking mic. So he just started fucking talking alone. And I'm just like, hey man, there's no fucking mic. Stop it. And then he keeps going. And I'm like, dude, stop it. And he's like, why is it? I already talked to, he keeps like repeating himself. I talked to the owner, this, and that. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it was like, I know everyone here has wanted to hit a child, you know, at one point. At one point, you know, it's like, I'm not saying you did it, but like, you've seen like a kid, he just keeps like poking at you. Kids are mean, all right? Like a kid hits you in the nuts or something. You're like, you fucking, it's okay, you know, like some shit like that. So it was like talking to an adult who's acting like a child. So it was like, oh, I can hit you, but I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't. Because also he's a pussy as well. Because the moment I was like, hey man, I tried to take the mic, and I do respect he didn't give me the mic, but like also at the same time, you can't not give the mic and be like, whoa, don't touch me. It's like, you pussy, I hated him. I felt bad. Yeah, I could, like, that's not, like, it's just like, legally speaking, you're all right in that sense, all right, man? All right, I gotta go fucking take my dog to my mom's. All right, thank you, Alec. All right, bye.
I love you, Mikey. Give it up for my coworker. Fucking dude, the best part about playing golf with Mikey, and one, he got so mad. Playing golf with Mikey is amazing, and like the whole time you can just see like his deep-rooted problems the whole time. He literally just kept telling me, he just goes, I'm gonna be better than my stepdad. He goes, my whole goal is to be better than my stepdad. And I was like, we can just play golf. And he goes, no. He goes, give me 1 month. Give me 1 month, and I'm going to be better than my stepdad. You might be better than your stepdad, but you'll never be your dad.
Holy shit, that's fucking funny.
You know why your roof caved in? Because you don't have a dad. Because you don't have
I hate it. I feel like every time something happens at work now, she's just like, you don't have a dad.
Yeah, that's why you suck at golf. You pussy! Give it up for the man closing out the night. Give it up for Ray Cameron.
Ian and Sylvia, Delaney and Bonnie, Janice Joplin, Joe Fryer.
That was a great intro from both Alec and the music. It was beautiful. High five people who I'm friends with. Yeah, pretty much. We can do the Friday meeting right now, actually. It's weird. Don't park in the alleyway. That was a rule we established last week, and it's working. It's coming along. I learned recently that I'm racist. You guys already knew that. I didn't.
It's mainly against Armenians, but I also hate Asian people. So it's weird. I used to play this game doing Uber called Guess the Asian, where an Asian family would come into my car, and I would somehow ask, "What kind of Asian are you?" or guess the Asian they are, and see if they reacted right. They never did. So this is for him. This is for Adam's dad, David, this set, because you guys hate me. Anyway, so I'm playing this game called Guess the Asian, and I don't care. What are they going to do? Give me a 1 star? No, they don't. You're not. Chinese. Oh, I had a 1 in 7 chance in the world of him being Chinese. No, I hate you. No, I hate Asians, but I'm also Asian, Pete, so that makes sense. I'm Persian, and that's in Asia. No, here, I ruined the joke already. So I play Guess the Asian, and this couple comes in. They're like in their 20s, and they're talking to each other. I don't know how to say it, and I'm not going to do the impression. And I think, oh, time to guess. I think they're Japanese. So I go, hey, guys, I was wondering, are you guys Japanese? And the wife goes, oh. She was pissed. The dude was like, it's okay. I get it, sir. All Asians look alike. And I'm like, no. That's not exactly what I'm saying. So we start talking, he's trying to calm his wife down because she's pissed, but she doesn't speak English because he's a good husband. And we start talking about where we're from. They're apparently Mongolian. They were the first people to look like that. That's what I think. And I was like, wow, I don't really meet a lot of Mongolian people. And he's like, yeah. He's like, what are you? I was like, I'm white and Persian. He's like, you're Persian? I was like, yeah. My mom is from Tehran and my dad's from Cleveland. LA's a weird sex town, I know. You can get any kind of poon you want out here. But he was like, hey, did you know that Iran is actually part of Asia? And I was like, yeah, we all look alike, don't we? It's crazy. My favorite stereotype now is Chinese people pissing in Coke. You've heard that one, me Chinese, me make joke, me go pee-pee in your Coke. That's an American haiku if I've ever heard one. Who, we've all heard that before, but where was the original? Who was the guy who was so mad at a Chinese guy for pissing his Coke in his Coke? 575, and then you're Japanese, so then you come on a woman.
Give Alec a compliment. How many syllables what you just fucking said?
It's 575, whatever.
Oh, do you know what a syllable is?
No. Is the world flat? Yes. There we go. It's not flat, yeah. So yeah, there goes my train of thought. Yeah, but we used to have a lot of fun doing blow here, and my worst fear was Adam just getting on the table and pissing all over our cocaine. It was weird. I would still do a line of yellow Coke. It's weird. That joke never lands, but I still love doing it. No, God, no. I'm going to stuff I have written down. I grew up in Glendale. My favorite holiday was Thanksgiving. A lot of Armenians hate that day because I would text my Armenian friends. I'd be like, Happy Turkey Day. They didn't like that shit at all. Because I'd send them emoji, the flag. I don't know why they got mad at me. It was fun. I'm Persian, and my mom grew up in Iran for a long part of her life, and she told me there's so many disobedient women there. You can throw a rock and hit any of them. I said that wrong. I don't care. Sucks. I came from Reseda for this. Oh, no. Here we go. That's what you get. I look like the fat kid from Recess now. No, I just don't wear it a lot. Anyway, I know, right? I never have new clothes. I know, until now. This is my new character. It's a less annoying fat guy. I hate everything so much. My new hot take. I just got heckled at Corbin Bowl by a guy who literally looked exactly like me. I was doing well, and he was just mad at me. And I was like, why are you mad at me? I'm just like literally you, but I'm on stage. He's like, fuck you, fuck you. I'm like, what? Where is this coming from? It was so bad. Everyone else bombed. And I made the Reseda joke, and he hated that shit. He was like, fuck you, I'm from Reseda. Oh, you talking shit about the Karate Kid, bitch? If you talk to me about the Karate Kid after I say I'm from Reseda, I'm going to learn karate just so I can kick your ass. That's what's going to fucking happen. I should learn karate so I can lose weight. Anyway, whack on, whack off. My new hot take, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you have a tattoo in any way or shape possible, you're probably gay. And a lot of people don't like that take, but that's because they're gay too. It's okay. You gotta think about this, like, why treat your body like Mexicans treat a 2003 Chevy Tahoe, you know? Like, I don't care if your baby died of SIDS. I don't want to see your baby's face on your fucking chest. And then November 2020 to December 2020. It's fucking weird. Oh, this is premises again. Fuck. It's dark in here, that's for sure. Nothing. Why? What happened yesterday? Oh, yeah, I took my shirt off on stage, and now I'm booked at the Comedy Store. What the fuck is that about, guys? I'm booked. Paulie Wally was like, yo, that was so good. You want to do the Ding Dong show? And I was like, I really don't want to. But I will do that because I was like, fuck. She was like, that fat guy's not going to want to take his shirt off on stage. And I was like, oh. I hope you do. And you're still going to bomb like the last time we were at the Comedy Store. It's okay. It'll be fantastic. Ooh. That's a good bit. You should keep that. No, I'm not. Getty told me. I rolled it. I'm actually going to get I'm going to get a tattoo of it soon, of that bit. Oh, no, Getty left during my set. I'm offended. No. Anyway. I quit sugar recently. That's right, booger sugar. It's weird that both types of Coke will kill me in my life. It's not fun. Yeah, that works at Chaos now. That material's really good here. I know. I was like, let me go see my friend Adam that I haven't seen in 3 months. That'll be a great idea. I know. I limit myself one day of Adam. That's what I should do. Why would I do my Christopher Walken impression? Wow. The Foo Fighters. Ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy, but Ching chong, ching chong, ching chong, bing bong, bing bong, leaky leaky, ching chong. I bet Getty would have laughed at that. You know, now I'm self-conscious. You guys want to go get Thai food after? We'll be like, hey, can I order ching chong, bing bong? Christopher Walken with W-O-K. Oh. Walk in. Walking. Why am I building this railroad for you, white man? Why? Wuhan. I was the first patient. I was patient 0 from Wuhan. I had to go do a thing in Wuhan, and now I am in Florida. It was a pangolin. I never fucked a pangolin. That was just became. Yeah, I know. I lost it. I know. I got weird. Fucking a pangolin. Thank you. Walk in. I need more cowbell from a cow itself. Can you give me some rice, please, with the chopsticks? I do not know. How am I supposed to go Asian with Christopher Walken? This is like impression fusion. It's like jazz fusion, but with impressions. I'm Christopher Rockin'. I was on SNR. Oh, Joe Dirt. I love you, Joe Dirt. Me love you wrong time. That worked. I hate that worked. I've never done a Christopher Walken impression before either, by the way, guys. I've never done that. It's fucking... I don't. I'll be naked, being like, while fucking Polly Wally's talking about me being fat. Be like, oh my God, I'm fat. Polly Wally's Jewish. Oh. That was good. I should just do that for 10 minutes. My favorite part about this week was we watched that Indian guy do a bunch of like hack material that we all were like, no, oh my God. And then as soon as like, I'm sitting with Adam, as soon as like we all realized that like it's like some of the worst material we've ever heard, Adam turns to me and he goes, it's like he got his entire routine from AI. And then as soon as he says that, I turn to my left and Alec is like, it's like he's doing his entire set based on AI. His AI is coming. The algorithm is here. It's in real life. They're telling me. It's conscious. They're programming my friends to tell me about itself. That's great promotion. AI is going to be the best promoter ever. I forgot the Instagram joke, and I'm not gonna do the entire thing. My favorite part about Adam's Instagram is how much porn there is. Oh my God. He's really hot, and he still is the horniest man jerking off. It's like, just go outside. Adam, you could just go outside to a bar and be like, who wants it? But instead, every other day, I'm like, this cam girl really wants Adam to see her pussy. No, that was you. Now, I don't know. Fuck you. I delete some of the porn stars you follow. They are the biggest fake tits. They aren't even sexy. It's like two balloons taped to a chest. And it's so funny because these bitches, they post like before and after photos. So they're like nice country women with like blonde hair and like C's. And then they become like a fucking Barbie doll whose tits are bigger than my belly. It's insane. And they're like, I'm making big decisions in life. I'm making the right decisions that ketamine was not a part of at all. It is insane. Yeah. Dude, it's so much. My tits, what do my tits look like, Pete? That's very fat of you to be like. I'm really happy somebody compared my tits to cookie dough. If you suck on either of them, you'll get a bellyache if you do it enough. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a great night, Accidental. Stay up there. Everybody's trying to go home. I love you. Okay. My friend Alec Feinstein and I were having a beef earlier in the week, and he felt bad about that. But what I will say is that Alex deserves everything people have said about him. I'm a gay Chinese Christopher Walken, and I'm about to suck his cock. Love you.
Give it up for Ray Cameron. Give it up for this whole mic. It was pretty good. Adam, what are we at? What's the list at? That's pretty good. 4 people bought 1 drink. That's give it up for Ray. Yeah, dude. She literally, I earlier, like when I walked down the hallway, she was talking to that other girl, and I go, yeah. She goes, oh my God, I'm not doing my job, am I? I go, it's fine. Like it's too late. She's like, should I go back in there? I'm like, we've counted you out. You're out of the fucking thing. Yeah. But, dude, Ray, give it up for us for giving Ray his material for the next 5 months. Just yelling out Christopher Walken. He was like, this is so good. I got 10 minutes on this. Yes, Ray, we know you've never done that before because we yelled it at you because you were squirming up here. Your sweaty hair was going down between your hat, like that little hole in the hat, you know? You could see, I know, but you could see the beads of sweat. Why? Why? Why don't you read Revelations? Why don't you believe that April 8th is the end of all? We will have one in a second, Pete. I wanted to say this one thing first, because I think Adam and his dad will appreciate this. It's behind you. It's in the chair behind you. Let me say this real quick, Adam, because this joke is hilarious. Do you know how we found out that the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor? Because it was a Boeing 575.
Let's have a
It's a
logical.
haiku syllable. Oh, that's so good, dude. A Boeing 575 is how that's the way to say it. Isn't that pretty good? It's a
Ray.
Boeing 575.
You are consistently funny, and you are gonna make it the furthest out of all of us. Alec,
Nah, dude,
know
that's
that.
not true.
Your new apartment is gonna set your career off, and you're gonna work at the Comedy Store, and I'm
Well,
gonna be
that's
proud. I'm gonna be proud of you. Let's have a logical discussion about this.
About what?
Your atheism. Where do humans come from? Are you atheist? What is your give me your theory on existence, please.
Look, I got something to say, Pete. Mr. Smith, I've been meaning to say this. I tripped mushrooms the other day, and I knew you were coming in town, and maybe it was like a subconscious thing of where, like, I'm not super Christian or anything. I grew up Christian or whatever, but
Hallelujah.
Yeah. But I'm skeptical. I don't believe in absolutes. To be like an atheist, that's like believing in just nothing happens. And like the only thing I can think about is like with like an atheist, like I don't necessarily believe in like Christianity, God, but I believe that something's happening. I've been around like too many weird things, like coincidences, premonitions, stuff like that, to where it's like maybe there's something happening. It seems like it. And it's just like when I hear like somebody who's like an absolute atheist, and then they're like, yeah, the Big Bang started it all, and I go, what is that? What is space? And they go, well, space started for the Big Bang. I go, yeah, you're retarded. You don't think that's weird? You don't think that's weird? Is anybody that looks at space and just goes, that makes sense, then you're fucking an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. They go, yeah, the Big Bang. It's like nobody knows what the fucking Big Bang is. Those are just words. Those are words you're saying to prove your dumbass belief. Your belief is the Big Bang, and then like it's like the exact same thing as like people say like I believe in God. It's like, well, I believe in the Big Bang. It's like it's the same thing. They're words that can't be defined. It's like people go, what is God? Can you define God? And they go, I got Jesus's and Martin Luther's descriptions of it, and then you talk to an atheist and you go, what is the Big Bang? And they go, well, Albert Einstein. It's like, that's y'all's Jesus. That is the atheist Jesus is Albert Einstein. And Stephen Hawking, like he died in a wheelchair for our sins. He suffered cerebral palsy for us. For us. That's what every nerd you give a wedgie is, just a culmination of Jesus on the cross.
Man. This is amazing, bro. I'm witnessing greatness up here. Alec is a great comic and a great logical mind, dude.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though? It literally drives me crazy. Where like it's literally like, oh, it's the Big Bang. It's space. It's like, dude, they literally say that like the Big Bang started because it was a primordial soup, and that primordial soup is how it made humans. Yeah, that's how it made humans. The primordial soup is how it made biological life, correct? Yes, but they also say that the soup of all the periodic table basically is, and then it culminated in the Big Bang, and that's how it happened. Y'all's basing y'all's religion off soup? Off soup?
That's tough to
I
believe.
eat soup. I eat the soup du jour. You're telling me in the soup du jour it's gonna make life? And that's what y'all say that we have in our sky, the flying spaghetti monster. Well, y'all have the flying soup monster. And I'd rather noodles than broth.
That's amazing.
I don't know where I was.
Alec, you got to know Jesus loves you.
I know. I believe in not that necessarily. Jesus was a guy, dude. He was a guy, and he's an asshole. He had fucking 3 jobs, and he was the son of God. That's bullshit, dude. Everybody would say they were like, you gotta be more like Jesus. That's what my mom would say growing up, and it was just like, how could I have 3 jobs and be the son of God? Are you telling me Dad's God? Because God's not a woman. God's not a woman, so it wasn't mom. It's dad. But Jesus literally walked on water and then scooped up fish out of the ocean. You know how pissed those other fishermen had to be, on the rival company boat, just being like, all right, I guess we're not gonna make ends meet this year when their boat guy can walk on water and just scoop them up. Just scoop them up. You know, of an asshole you have to be? I bet Jesus was flipping them off and be like, woohoo! State record tuna right here. State record tuna, I'm scooping him up.
He's omnipresent.
That sucks.
I mean,
dude, my fucking
how many times in your life have you been in a tight spot and you came through? You're here now.
Yeah, it's true. All the time. But that's because I just ride white privilege all the time. And I think you're racist if you're white and you don't just cash in on being white. Some white people, a bunch of liberals and stuff, they'll be like, yeah, and I got off. People are like, it's not fair. It's like, no, you're racist if you don't get off of every speeding ticket and you don't just use your whiteness for your advantage. You're racist if you don't.
Opportunities. Take 'em.
Exactly.
Why don't we get Mr. Smith on stage?
I'm down.
Let's get Papa Smith up there.
Well.
All right.
Well.
Tomorrow's a good show if you're.
Yeah, I think tomorrow you throw him on. Oh wait, no. That's what I was gonna tell you, dude. When I was in you said omnipresent, and when I was in first grade. We were carpool to school with this family, and then one day I was in the car, and my brother looked at me. I was in first grade. My brother's in third grade, and we were talking about this is clearly a deep conversation about life and how you view it. And I was in first grade, and we were all talking about this, and it got a hold of how you see the world. And my brother was like, "Yeah, I see in the third person," and he convinced his buddy. It's me, him, and his buddy, and they were like, yeah, we all see in the third person. Everybody sees in the third person. And I was like, I see through my eyeballs. And they were like, you're a fucking loser. I go, what? And they go, literally everybody else in the world sees in the third person. Dude, I went 5 months thinking I was the son of God or something. I'm the only one that can see through my eyeballs. Everybody else is behind their head. He's like, yeah, it's a video game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, I was in first grade.
That's
first grade.
Funny, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That would be cool if we could do
I
that.
wish, yeah. I thought I was a freak. I thought I was literally a freak because I was like, I don't see like that. And then later on the line, my brother asked me about it again, and I was like, I mean, I can see like that sometimes. I lied.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, can you? And it was all a trap by my big brother. And 'Cause he's just fucking with me psychologically from.
That's like fucking. That's badass. I wish I was good at that to fuck with people like that.
Yeah, but at a third grade level, that's
That's
he's
good.
an evil genius.
Yeah, evil geniuses are cool.
Yeah, I agree. Who's your favorite?
My older brother for sure, but
Okay. Who's your favorite in history?
evil genius, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Whoa. Probably
He's
a pedophile.
He's a genius and he's evil.
Yeah.
Are you? Are we wrapping it up, or are we gonna?
Yeah, I'm about to say goodbye.
Do we have any closing points?
The closing points. Oh wait, I wrote something down on my phone today.
He was excited to say something.
Oh yeah. Who?
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, do you want to say something?
You literally
Give it up for David Smith.
Oh.
Thank you all for coming. I know you're already here, but anyway. No, I want to answer your question.
Yes, sir.
And it does speak to your confusion about Big Bang and God. So, yes, they're the same. Of course, they're the same. They're both unexplainable. And when everything goes backwards and backwards and backwards to that first singularity, which no one can explain, you have to accept it. The first thing you have to accept as truth, axiomatically. Once you accept the Big Bang, everything else falls into place logically. If you accept God, then you have to continually construct this house of cards that always has to be propped up and forever propped up. So that's why I choose. Okay, I will choose this one and believe that without any proof. And then the other follows, and I can believe all that follows. That's my answer.
What do you choose?
Big Bang, which is, I'll have a little extra on Big Bang. Big Bang is not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
That's been poo-pooed, and the phrase Big Bang has been poo-pooed. So that's what everybody still uses when they mean that soup of hydrogen and helium that coalesced and formed everything else. So it's not really a big explosion. That's just a malappropriated word. But we accept it as meaning that thing that we don't understand. So, any questions, class?
Would you okay, if you know what's wild is you guys share the mannerism. It's pretty cool. It's like watching you in the future right now.
Who, with Adam?
Yeah, you guys have
Really?
the same mannerisms. It's beautiful. It's like father, son, you know? It's
Where's the Holy Ghost?
in Arabic.
You said the
we have
Father,
a
the
word.
Son. Where's the Holy Ghost? We're missing one.
Breathe. This is the question.
That is the Spirit. The breathe this in spirit.
If Jesus is real and who he says he is, would you follow him?
If Jesus were real, and not if he said, I will die for your sins, and that's your ticket to heaven, no.
I'm saying if it was legit, if it was accurate, and that's the real story.
If we could somehow establish that was absolute, sure, might as well. It's a good,
That's good.
It's a good life. He preached good things. I mean, his morals. I have no qualm with Jesus' teachings. He was a good man, if he existed. Which there's some doubt that actually Jesus was not a human that walked on the earth. So there's all that. That's a whole nother can of worms that we can open.
There's a lot of.
Do you think Jesus? Tell what? Well, I'm Southern Baptist from birth.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So.
So you had a lot of experience in the church.
I have a lot of experience in the church.
What turned you off from the church?
Reading.
That's good.
So that was a big part of it. But I was at church 5 or 6 times a week.
Wow.
But on Wednesday, church on Wednesday was great because we would skip church and go play basketball in the parking lot. That was the best. That was the best night of church, really. But I was at, and Sunday. I told this is my set the first time I was here. I'll just give you a snippet. 9 or 10 years old, my Sunday school teacher was asking. No, she was telling about missionaries going to Africa and all this, that, and the other, and why it was such a wonderful thing. And I said, well, because these people have never heard of Jesus, and they're black and they really need help anyway. So they're ignorant and they don't know about Jesus. So we're going to help. These white people from Arkansas are going to go help all these black idiots in Africa. And if you got assigned to the Africa assignment, that was like you have achieved, you've got this gift from heaven that you're going to go help Africa. Anyway, I said, what happens if they never hear about Jesus? And, this is like elementary school, not first grade, but where you're starting to think of these things. And she said, well, God in his infinite wisdom will work it out for them, or something like that. And I thought, that's fucking ridiculous, because here we are, we're going to go tell them about Jesus, and then when they don't accept it, they'll be doomed to hell. If we just leave them the fuck alone, they'll be fine. And so I didn't say that to my teacher.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking at 9 years old.
That's
so
amazing.
I had a little snippet of the doubt from way back. And then when I went to college, which was a Baptist university, of course I go to a Baptist university. But I actually look forward to going off to college because I wouldn't have to go to Sunday school and church anymore, and I didn't. I went a few times because you're supposed to as a freshman, but after that, no. So, I was cutting class. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, do you have a testimony?
Well, just think about the fact of that evil exists. Do you think evil exists?
Oh, you mean the duality? Yes. Evil,
Ray,
and that's
why are
one
you
of the problems with the whole God thing. Because if you think he's omnipresent, which you said, omnipowerful, and omni something else, if he can, he knows everything. He's all powerful, and he's omnibenevolent. That's the third one. All good. Well, plainly, he's not. Because we have hurricanes and other terrible things. So he lets evil persist in the world. So if you believe in God and think he's all good, then you should be really pissed as hell that he's doing this to us. So, he's not keeping his end of the bargain, really.
I had a phase where I was mad like that, and then I started kind of diving into free will, and if we didn't have free will, we would be kind of like oppressed, like slaves. Do you think
the whole free will issue is very odd, and I don't know what to make of it, because your body knows what you're about to do before you do it. So you really, in a way, you don't have free will. Your body's making your will for you. So that's a whole, I need to study more about free will, but it's very odd.
The whole thing is like if we were set up in paradise, not like, just God put us in a perfect place and we were happy, we would be like robots. And then the free will is like we live in a world where there's evil and good. So like those people in Africa who never heard of Jesus, they still have to deal with their consciousness of if they side with evil or good. And if we could identify something that's evil, how can we look at something that's evil? How can we identify it? If we could look at something that's evil, we could say, oh, there has to be a good. And what's the dividing line that lets us determine what that is evil?
Without black, you can't describe white. I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. That's plainly true. But before humans came into existence, is there evil in the animal kingdom? Is what I'm getting at. Is there evil among? Somebody mentioned the orcas had spite. I don't know. There are natural disasters. Whether you call that evil or not, I don't know. That's just shit happens.
Yeah.
So before humans came along, the leopards chased the deer and they killed them, and I don't know if that's evil. They weren't doing that because they were evil. That's just their dinner.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm Alec.
Alec?
I know your TED Talk about how God's gay or something. But there also still is the thing of like the pride of the pack and the like lions or any other animal you can see in the animal kingdom. There is a system of like you fuck up, they kick you out of the pack. There is certain animals that like they like have that like hierarchy, and if somebody in the group like there is an evil that you can even see the good and the bad amongst them. Not just with humans. There's multiple other animals. Like if you're a lion in a pack and you just start like fucking everybody's bitch, they're gonna kick you out. Or if you start like killing the other lions, they're gonna attack you.
That would be a form of government in a sense, or a form of civilization.
Which only forms because I think because you recognize good and evil. If there was no good and evil recognition, then why would we have a government? It would just be all.
It'd just be everybody. We would all be living like communists, right? Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great if they were all the same. I mean,
I was churned off by religion because of the emotional side, you know? I have aunts that are like, the blood of Jesus is going to save you. But then, you know, I ran into a scientist named John Lennox, and, you know, he opened up my mind to these concepts of free will, evil. Evil requires personhood. So, like, the human race stands outside of the animal race because we have meditation, we could self-reflect. There's different things that we could do that animals can't do. So does that mean we could be on a higher scale of maybe judgment?
I'm just a guy up here with a microphone with a huge audience of 4, but no, those are valid questions, and I don't, I'm not disputing any of that. I would go back to sort of our origins of our evolution. We're just like the animals as far as our, birth, life, and death. I don't think there's an afterlife. Now, we're plainly intelligently on a orders of magnitude different plane than the next one down. I mean, the chimpanzees are pretty damn smart, in which we're just a extra smart chimp. But
doesn't it blow your mind? Like the atmosphere, the world, the animals, humans, the eyeball, the DNA code. It's mind-blowing to me. I don't know.
It is. It's very beautiful to imagine that this could even happen, but I don't think it was planned or designed or thought of by any God or someone with a higher thought. No,
Well,
I don't think it was. I think it was accidental.
Oh. It's a lot of good stuff to talk about, and I think people are, they don't talk about this kind of stuff, and I think that's yeah,
It's gay.
the devil's gay.
Thank you for bringing the topic up. It was a good topic, and we will engage more in the next few weeks if you want.
Dude, I love how you remind me of Adam so much. The movements, it's amazing.
Thank you.
That is
a compliment.
yeah.
I'm serious. Thank you for that. Let's give it up for Alec.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
That was
You're s-
amazing.
Your son did a great thing. He helped us.
Give
to
it up for
grow.
God, everybody. Give it up for God.
Yeah.
That is,
Hallelujah.
dude, God would be the guy born in Arkansas, raised Baptist, then doesn't believe in himself, but then rises to the power and says, there's not me. There's not me. And everybody just worships him and goes, you are you. You are you. And he goes, no, I'm nothing. They go, he's so humble. He's, all right.
That's the Johnny Cash story. He's from Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, give it up for the mic, everybody. That's that, and night.